Hello everyone. On this video session, I am going to continue with the next element of the directing, that is leadership. Let us understand the definition of leadership, features of leadership, styles of a leadership, as well as the what are the qualities are required to call the person as a good leader. The third element of directing is leadership. Let us understand the definition of leadership. According to Harold Cohns and Heinz Weinreich, leadership is the art or process of influencing people so that they will strive willingly and enthusiastically towards the achievement of group goals. So here the author says that the leadership is an art or process of influencing the people. You must influence the people by having a good quality of the leadership, and you can look into each and everything in a willfully, or you can say willingly and enthusiastically. So this will makes the particular group or organization to achieve the goals. So that is leadership. The features of the leadership, that is, leadership indicates the ability of an individual to influence the others. So this point will says you that a leadership can indicates the ability of an individuals to influence the others in a good manner. So you can be the role model by influencing a one individual. Leadership is like continuous process because until and unless the survival of that organization, you must go with the leadership qualities. So leadership is a continuous process. Unless the winding up of the business, you must go with a running of the business with a good leaders. So for that reason, the leadership is a continuous process. Next topic, that is styles of leadership. First type, that is autocratic. An autocratic leader gives orders and expects his subordinates to obey those orders. So here he is like a boss. A autocratic leader always give the orders and expect everything must be done by the subordinates. Suppose the organization or the manager is following this kinds of the leadership style. So here the communication is always on side with subordinates only acting according to the command given by that particular manager. So it is autocratic leadership is totally one way leadership where subordinates has to act according to the command taken from these leaders. Second one, democratic. A democratic leader will develop action plans and makes decisions in consultations with his subordinates. So here he will be act as a supportive leader. So democratic leader or democratic style of leadership where a leader will take a suggestion or consult from the subordinates by actually whether it is working or not, whether it is useful or not. Do you have any ideas to the particular decision or not? So by discussions they will take a decisions. He will encourage them to participate in the decision making. Here it is totally decentralized. So subordinates can provide all the information or ideas to develop or to achieve the organizational goal. So a democratic leader will give all the freedom to the subordinates to participate in decision making skill. Laissez-faire. Third type, laissez-faire. A laissez-faire or free rein leader. Such a leader does not believe in the use of power unless it is absolutely essential. So this kind of the leaders will not believe on the power, or I can say authority. So it is totally free flow of all the information and the communication here. You need not to take any permission for the taking decisions in the organization. So whatever feels good for the achieving the organizational goal, you can have all the rights to take a decision. You can say in democratic leadership style, you can see the medium centralized, but in laissez faire it is totally high centralized, high decentralized. So decentralization among democratic and laissez faire is totally very useful here. Next topic, that is qualities of good leader. So, what are the qualities are required to call the person or manager as a good leader? So, there are some qualities which you can be say that a good leader should have these qualities. First quality, that is physical feature. So, a good leader must have a physical features like height, weight, health. Basically, you can say that the leader must be healthy. Then only he can guide the other person to be healthy in the organization. So, if the person, if the leader is healthy, then the absentees will be reduced. So he can make a he can influence the other people that our leader will come regularly and guide us in every situation. This will leads a this will leads a good quality of the leader. Knowledge or knowledgeable. So a good leader should have a required knowledge and competence. Only such person can instruct subordinates correctly and influence them. So here a knowledgeable person can directly influence the others. So here I can say, if you want to be a leader and guiding or instructing the others, you must have the knowledge. Then only you can give a guidelines and the instruction to the subordinates whenever they feel it is difficult. Integrity. A leader should possess high level of integrity and honesty. He should be a role model to the others regarding the ethics and value. So I can say, you integrity and honesty you can see only in ethics and values. So to be a good leader, you must know the honesty and integrity in every aspect of the organizational decisions. And also it will helpful to the leader to become a role model to the others. Next point, that is initiative. A leader should have courage and initiative. He should not wait for the opportunity come to his way. Rather, he should grab the opportunity and use it to the advantage of the organization. So here a good leader should not wait for the opportunity to be come towards him or her. He has to or she has to grab the opportunity and use it for the advantage of the organization. So this kind of the courage should be there in a good leader. Next one, communication skill. I can say a leader must be a good communicator. He should have a capacity to the exa- clear the each and every aspect and explain his ideas and make the people to understand his ideas. He should be not only good speaker but a good listener, teacher, counselor and prejudice. So here this point will says you that a good leader should have a communication skills. Communication skills includes of these all. He must be a good listener. Then only the once you listen to the subordinates idea or subordinates complaints, no, you can solve the each and every problems easily. And also he must be a good teacher also, and he can have the quality of counseling. You can use some communication skills to counsel the all workers in the organization who are comes under a particular leader. So a leader should have these all communication skills to deliver some message to the subordinates and make them to understand that idea in a proper manner. Motivational skill. A leader should be an effective motivator. He should understand the needs of people and motivate them through satisfying their needs. I can say every time you cannot motivate everyone with a money or monetary form. Sometimes you can motivate them by giving a supportive speech, or you can provide a friendly nature. I can say you can elaborate each and every aspect in a proper manner. So these things, I can say these things, the motivating skills also helpful for the also helpful for, to become a good leader in the organization. Next one, self confidence. A leader should have a high level of self confidence. He should not lose his confidence even in most difficult time. You can say a person's self confidence can evaluate when the problem is arised, when a difficult time comes, how can he solve that particular problem with patience and also with confidence, that you can evaluate. So a good leader should have a self confidence level more compare with the subordinates. Every time he or she should say that we will do. Every time he has to say that at any cost we will provide all the resources and we will provide all the facilities and let us do the particular goal of the organization. Let us deal the organizational goal in a easy manner. So this kind of the positive self confidence should be there in the organization with a good leader. Decisiveness. A leader should be decisive in managing the work. Once he is conveyed about a fact, he should be firm and should not change the opinions frequently. So this point will says you that whenever you made, I can say being as a leader, if you make any decision, you must stand for that particular decision. You should not goes on changing that particular decision or opinion frequently. You must stand for the decision and make it to be successful. So these kinds of the quality should be there in the good leader. Next one, the last point, social skills. A good leader should be sociable and friendly with his colleagues and followers. He should understand the people and maintain a good human relations with them. So I can say social skills, like you must develop a good social skills among the workers. So you can be a friendly with your followers and with your colleagues. You can give a importance to their idea. You must give all the ideas to the particular friend, or you can say colleagues of your organization. So you can maintain a good human relation with them, then only you can call it as a he has all social skills. He is capable to become a good leader in the organization. So these points are like the qualities, I can say the best qualities are required to become a good leader in the organization. So by considering as these all points or these all qualities, you can identify a good leader for your organization. So this will come for the 8 marks, where you have to answer the total 8 points in the exam. So if you have any doubts, you can reach me by WhatsApp. Thank you.